The boy who challenged Stalin? The forgotten story of Pavlik Morozov? They called him a hero. They built statues in his name, taught schoolchildren to chant his story. But the truth was darker than anything they were allowed to say out loud. This is the story of Pavlik Morozov, the Soviet boy who turned in his own father, and the brutal propaganda machine that devoured him. Soviet Russia, early 1930s, a nation on edge. Factories rise for mash, villages fall under steel. The communist dream is in motion, but at a price. Stalin is in power, and collectivization has begun. Across the USSR, peasants are being forced to give up their farms, their land, their freedom, all in the name of progress. But not everyone agrees. In a remote village in the Urals, Gerasimovka, boy named Pavel Morozov, barely 13 years old, is watching his world unravel. His family is poor, his school is flooded with slogans. His village is being torn in two, those who support the Soviet state and those who resist it. Pavel's father, Trofim Morozov, is one of the He's a former village elder, suspected of forging documents to protect farmers from collectivization quotas. To Stalin, this makes him an enemy of the state, and to the Communist Party, that makes him prey. But the most shocking thing, the accusation that would bring Trofim down, would come from his own son. According to official records, in 1932, Pavlik walked into a local Soviet office and denounced his father, claimed he was sabotaging the state, helping kulaks wealthy peasants evade the law. It was enough. Trofim was arrested. His fate sealed. The state took notice. Here was a child who had placed loyalty to the party above blood. What better model for the new Soviet man? Within weeks, Pavlik became a symbol. Textbooks praised him. Speeches honored him. His story was told in classrooms, theaters, parades. He gave his father to justice for the future of the workers, but then something happened. Just months later, Pavlik Morozov was dead, murdered in the woods near his home. Stabbed multiple times, his younger brother was found dead beside him. The state wasted no time. A public trial was staged. Several of Pavlik's relatives, including his own grandfather, were accused of the murder. The charge, revenge. Revenge for betrayal. They were tried, convicted, to executed by a firing squad. And with that, Pavlik Morozov became a martyr. But here's where the cracks begin, because almost none of it can be fully verified. No direct evidence of Pavlik's denunciation survives. The court documents are murky. Eyewitnesses disagree. Historians argue that Pavlik may never have reported his father at all. Some believe the whole story was manufactured by Soviet authorities. A brutal, brilliant tool of psychological warfare. If a child could betray his own father, then who among you is safe? Trust no one. Not your friends. Not your family. Not even your children. That was the message. And it worked. Soviet children were taught to inform on their parents. Rewards were offered. Be like Pavlik, they were told. Put Stalin above all. And in doing so, the regime created a culture of fear so deep it split families apart. In truth, Pavlik was likely a confused, frightened boy caught between two monstrous systems. His village's old ways, and Stalin's crushing new world. He was not a hero. He was not a villain. He was a tool, a weapon forged from ideology, fear, and desperation. And then discarded the moment his purpose was served. After Stalin's death, the legend of Pavlik faded, statues were removed, books and today, most outside Russia have never heard his name. But the story lingers, not because of what Pavlik did or didn't do, but because of what the state made him into. An icon of betrayal, a saint of surveillance, a symbol that no bond, not even blood, was stronger than loyalty to the regime. In a world where truth was just another weapon, the most dangerous thing you could be was a child who believed too deeply. So, when you hear the name Pavlik Morozov, don't think of a hero. Think of a warning. Keywords: Pavlik Morozov, Stalinist propaganda, Soviet Union history.